guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun white trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? NCAP24 here from HuddleGG. And today we're going to be looking at another YouTube comment from yesterday's video and kind of break something down for somebody named DaddyCool74. He asked, can we try to do something in pistol spread? Now, if this is the first time checking out our channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification to make sure that you never miss any of our uploads. So for this video, guys, we just labbed for about 30-40 minutes and looked at pistol spread. And I really like this formation because when I go ahead and I look to see any formations I want to do content on, any formations in which I would use personally, I want these things to check off several boxes. First box, do I have a cover 3 bomb against the meta, right? If there's a cover 3 meta out there, like the 3-3-5 wide Mike Blitz 3, can we bomb it, right? Is there bombs against other cover 3s? Because in case you don't know, Mike 3 Blitz does get bombed a little bit differently sometimes than normal cover 3s, so we want to make sure we can bomb both cover 3s. Do we have easy plays to beat cover 2 to get them out of it? Do we have man-beating plays or man-beating routes that we can build around in case people want to play heavy man? And then lastly, just basically, base plays against the meta. If it's double stack right now where we have, the two different flats where one's at 5, one's at 20-25, can we beat that to the outside? Can we beat that to the inside? How do we attack that? And if those go ahead and click off all those boxes right away, then in my opinion, I go ahead and I could build off that. I could start looking into more plays to run the ball, formations that I can audible in and out. But those are the things that I'm looking for. So in pistol spread, what we're going to do here is we're going to check those boxes off in this video. Okay, simple as that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to show you the cover 3 bomb that's going to work against Mike Blitz 3. It's going to be called RNS vertical read. Okay, now here is the meta here. We're just going to put these guys in hard flats. I'll put the X on a vertical hook, and we'll just move this guy over and put him on a vertical hook as well, just to make sure. This guy typically is going to be blitzing and then he covers the middle of the field, but just for the sake of the video, we'll do that. Okay, now what I want to do here is look at this A receiver. He's on this option route where against cover 3, the option he's going to choose on this play is to do the fade route. Okay, so we're going to smart route that route and let him basically do his thing. All I got to do is motion to be over. Now, routes from here are all optional because the A is going to get open. Now, I want to make sure I stress this to you. This A route is only going to get open against 3-3-5 wide, the Mike Blitz 3 because of the depth of the cornerbacks. If you know anything about this play, it actually has a cover 2 look. It has the 5-yard depth, plays outside leverage. So it's a really nice play to mix in coverages because you kind of disguise as if it's cover 2 or cover 3. However, because he's at that 5-yard depth, it helps us with the bomb. I'll just go ahead and put the B on a slant just to make sure we got something different. You can put the X on a smart routed in. It doesn't matter, just to make sure that you've got something else on the field. But we're going to look at this A route. I'm going to double team the outside player just so in case I have to get outside here. Watch the A. The guy gives up on him. You're going to throw an easy one-play score to this player, and you got yourself a nice cover 3 against the meta. Okay, that's the first box. Let's check that off, right? Now, the second one, let's go ahead and look at how we can bomb just normal cover 3. So let's just go to a different formation, and it really doesn't matter. Usually it's cover 3 sky. And let's go to PA deep in, okay? Now with PA deep in, all I'm going to do is I'm going to smart route the Y receiver, put him a little bit deeper on the Y. I'm going to move the A over and hike it. Basically when it gets in between the tackle and the player, cut off the play action with right trigger and watch this Y receiver. You're going to see how we're going to be able to bomb over that player for the one-play score. I might have been a little trigger happy as far as throwing that ball early, but this is the free safety bite, route combination where that free safety is going to bite. If you want to watch it again, what you're going to see here is that you're going to be able to get this Y to get open over the top. This time I'm going to block the running back and we'll just do it this way. Watch that free safety on the left. He's going to bite down. This is going to work when somebody is doing zone depths on their coaching adjustments that most people do, just because then you won't get the Y to basically get bumped. As long as the Y doesn't get bumped, he's going to be in a good spot. He goes up there waiting for this guy to jump in the middle. We throw this ball over the top. You can see how we're going to be able to hit that player. So that checks off another box. We can do that against the meta. We can do that against other cover 3. Now let's say somebody's playing cover 2. So I'm going to do Tampa 2 here. And what I'm going to do is actually get out of this because I do have your zone depths on. So I'm going to take off the zone depths for this play just to make sure that you understand that we're going against a normal cover 2. So we're going to take this so they don't just go to 5 yards and stop. Let's go to just a nickel Tampa 2 here, and we'll go to the pistol, and what we'll do is go into a play that we just went into, actually PA deep. Any play action play that you have, you're going to have a really nice opportunity of hitting this outside player on the B. So what we're just going to do is we're going to cut off the play action with the right trigger. We're going to step up in the pocket. I can't explain to you enough that stepping up the pocket is going to help your throw. So you can fight, basically put it in that tight window, but you're going to see cut it up, stand up in the pocket, fire it out over there, catch your ball, and you're going to have a nice easy cover 2 beater that is going to be in that little tough pocket. I'll show it to you one more time just so you can see it. Again, what you're going to do here is make sure that you are, you can leave this exactly the same. All you got to do is make sure that your right trigger right before the running back's going to hand it off, and you're going to step up in the pocket, step up, then you're going to be able to throw that ball on a bullet to the outside, catch that ball, and you're in good shape. Okay, so we got our cover 2 beater. So right now we got a cover 3 versus the meta, cover 3 versus other ones, cover 2. Now let's go into man beating routes. Okay, now with man beating routes, I'm going to go into a couple different plays that I like. I'll kind of go over them and explain what I like on them. And let's just go into, start off with like a man, it doesn't really matter. Let's go with cover 1, right? Let's see if there's any cover 1s here that it's not a robber. Yeah, cover 1 blitz. We'll go with that one. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about these switch routes, right? So you can see how we have these really nice switch routes with the RNS switch smash and the switch dig. I'll go with the switch smash. Not all S routes are created equal. This is one of the better ones, okay? With this, basically what you're gonna see is that you're gonna have the ability to get inside leverage, beat the guy in there. But what I also liked about this is that you have the ability with this A route to basically go ahead and smart route it. So now we've got that route that's a little bit tighter. So you can kind of do one or two things. You can keep the A over there. You can motion him to the right and he goes, to the line of scrimmage. You can see that he is not going to get bumped in the situation because he's going against a safety. If we want to, we can go ahead and we can motion him over to the left and do a motion hike if we want. Basically do it like this. And, or we can just leave him and let him settle. But either or, you're going to have two routes that basically go to the right side of the field that are going to be a high, low as far as depth and has some really good options of being able to pick one of them to beat man coverage. So let's watch this. A is going to do a really good job of beating his player across the middle, and it's most likely going to take the user. That's typically what you're going to see. Most people, if they're going to do any type of adjustments, they're usually covered to the outside on man coverage. If they were to do something like this where they were going to take this safety, put him to the outside like that, and say they're going to user this player right here because he's not going to be blitzing. We're just going to simulate that he's going to follow the A because the A is going to be the one that's going to beat the player first on this. And then you're going to see how the X is going to be a really nice route that's going to be able to beat it. Unfortunately, I went ahead and I blocked him, but you can see how the X does a really good job cooking his man. That S route's really, really nice. All right. Other man beaters I like in this formation is going to be this PA play here. I believe it's called PA boot. That's got a really nice route from the left receiver, and it's got a nice route from the slot receiver, which is basically going to be that whip route, right? So PA boot, and I'll show you here. It doesn't really matter. We can go against cover 2 man. Doesn't really matter what we're doing here. What we're going to see here is when I motion over the B, and we do this on our bomb play, you're going to see that this A route goes to the line of scrimmage, and he does a really good job of basically taking out his player. So what I'm going to do with this B is I just want to make sure that he's out of the play. So if you had the ability to put him on a corner, you could do that. You could put him on an out route. But basically what you're going to see is that you get this Y route's a nice route. This A is going to be a nice route, and this X is a nice route to beat man coverage. I want you to watch the A first. You'll see how he's going to go in. He's going to basically just take his man. That's, one step ahead Gilmore. And you're going to see how that route's really going to give you a nice option. You got the opportunity with this X route. Watch the X route because I can smart route him as well. And smart routing gives you that nice, easy slant route. So that's a really nice opportunity to, I'm trying to get these guys pressed here and see how this works for you. And you're going to see here again that you're going to have the ability to kind of hit this X over the middle as well, just because it's a really nice deep slant. So not only as you're getting the inside, you're getting a little bit more elevation on it. And it's just kind of a nice 1-2. And then let's go look at one more play that I like here as well. It's the RNS post, I believe it's called. And let's go ahead and take a look at it here. The RNS post drag. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because that middle route is also able to be smart routed. And that's a big thing with these routes. You know, what can be smart routed, what can't. If you look at the Y, you see now he's going to get smart routed, and you have that ability to basically use that. In this instance, I would probably put the X on a post and do double posts. One's going to be at one level, one's going to be the other. You can kind of use this as is here, or you can motion them depending on how you want to do it. But say you want to motion them and you want to do it to the right like this. What I would do is basically move this guy over, hike it as he passes his player. And what you're going to see here is, again, you're just using that route, you know, to basically, and I'll just throw it over his head. But when you have better route runners and that route gets run as a speed route, it really, really works. Like I said, I would definitely put the X on a post just to make sure that you can kind of do a high-low there. You know, say the Y is your first read, you like that. The second read is the X. As you can see that one of them gets open, the other one doesn't, you know, and kind of just work it out that way. So those are my man-beating, you know, routes. I say routes because you can always hot route, put other routes on the field. But if you have some that are really good against man, you want to build around them. Now, last thing I want to talk about is let's do an easy match beater, okay? So let's see, let's get out of this and we'll do match, okay? Now with match, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a concept that I've shown before, which is really nice because in this playbook that I'm doing for this pistol spread, I'm not sure if I've mentioned yet, it's run and shoot. It has a lot of these the switch concepts, and we're going to do a switch concept here basically with the RNS switch curl. And I'm going to call, let me make sure that I don't have any coaching adjustments on. I don't. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do a match. We'll do cover 4 quarters just to kind of show it to you, okay? So here's cover 4 quarters. We've shown this before. I like it better on the right hash mark. It's just for me as a personal preference. And we're just going to put the running back on a streak and move him out. Now the running back is going to get open over the top because you're going to have a switch concept between the A and the B. They switch their positioning. One's going to be the 1, one's going to be the 2 as far as what the read is. RB is going to get lost and you're going to be able to throw that ball over the top. What's great about this is maybe they you know, catch on the first time that you motioned them to the short side. Let's motion the running back to the wide side. What's nice about this, you've also got a switch concept. See how the X goes to the inside, the Y goes to the outside, changes their positioning, and then the RB is going to be left alone. So you've got the ability to have an easy match concept with this formation. Really nice ability to kind of use this in your advantage. Last thing I want to talk about is beating the meta when it comes to stack zones. And I'll go particularly into cover 3 out of the 3-3-5, the Mike Blitz 3, right? So we'll just do the 25 and 5. Typical, you know, depending on what you're running, sometimes maybe it'd be at 20, sometimes at 30 if you're going against bunch tight end, but for the most part, that is a meta. And what we're going to do here is do this and call the Mike Blitz 3, right? So we get this all set up, and the play is actually the same play I just showed you, and that's going to be the RNS switch curl. What I really like about this play is the ability to basically go ahead and attack with 2 routes that attack in different parts of the field. What's nice about this, I didn't really have to move the hash mark because if I flip the play, you can see that it's nobody moves and the play is just switched. So it's really nice that you can basically run this at any hash. You just flip it real quick and you're good to go. Now what I'm going to do in this play is put the X on a streak and smart route the B receiver. And what you're going to notice is this B receiver smart routed does a really good job of getting in an open spot, and then the ability for the Y to be in a nice spot as well. Typically speaking, you know, if I want the extra blocker, I'll keep the B on block. If not, I'll usually put them on a flat route. But since I don't have anything like that, I'll just put them on a swing. But watch what happens here. The first play that you're going to be looking for, I didn't do the double stack, but that's the route right there. That route gets underneath and inside, something that is really going to give you an opportunity to get open. Let's do the double stack this time to kind of show it to you a little bit better. And this is kind of what you're looking for here. You got your double stack right here, and smart route the B, and we can do the swing. Doesn't matter which side you want to do it on. I'll do it to the left this time. What you're going to see is that I want to put the X on a streak as well. Watch the B receiver. He's going to go in, and he's just going to be in that little spot. Love that route. It's one of the better, routes in the game to beat this type of coverage. Easy adapt. Now that will most likely get the user to have to play the right side of the field. Put this guy in the X over here. We're going to move this guy over, put him on a hook curl, and say, you know what? I have to take that side of the field away. No big deal. Make us beat him in a different way, right? So what we're going to do here is same thing. Be on that smart route. The X on the streak, the RB on the swing left. And what you're going to see is that this Y route is amazing when it comes to splitting the zones. Watch how the Y goes to the outside, he goes in, and then he just stops right there on the sideline. Real nice, easy play for about 10 to 15 yards. Really going to mess people up when it comes to base coverages that they're in, and really has a great job. The last thing I didn't mention, that I like is when you're able to go from formation to formation. With this pistol spread, you're going to see that you got a lot to go in here and basically, audible throughout plays, positionings, right? If you wanted to put a tight end at one of the receivers, then you even open up more with different personnel as well. You have a lot of options, but it's kind of cool to be able to go to pistol spread into gun spread. In this run and shoot offense, you have one of the best plays in circle that you can use in that regard. You can see how quick of a audible this would be. This guy just goes right here and you're ready to go. Anytime a shift is really quick, that's going to help you just open up your playbook immensely. There is a single back spread in this book as well, to where you can go from single back spread and you put a fourth receiver into that, and then you can go into pistol spread and into shotgun spread. So if you're a spread guy, this is actually kind of a fun thing to do. Just kind of want to bring it to your light. Wanted to thank Daddy Cool 74 for the suggestion. Again, guys, if you want to get a comment highlighted on the next video, make sure you put as in-depth of a request as possible. This one is kind of vague, so I went into it a little bit deeper. But if you have specifics to add to your current scheme that you want me to go over, I'm happy to do so and kind of bring out video to you. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on tomorrow's video.